International community in Africa is the last thing that we have to do. For me, is the last resort. Africa with 54 countries should have their own way to sort their problem out without waiting for international community. International community seeing Africa always down, because Africa always coming there. We come, how many years we have to need international community? How many intellectuals that we have? Found out since 1963. How many big-headed we have, big leaders, inspiring leaders, and within all those that we know, to West Africa and South and East and North, from Ethiopia to Ghana, from Ghana to South Africa, we have all this. So we only put international role into Africa, for me, as a last resort. We should not put that in front. We have to have our own way to solve the African problem. We African, so Africa is for us and with us, and we are for Africa. So we live for Africa, we do for Africa, we feel Africa, we be Africa, and we feel that we are African, and Africa is us. So this international community, for me, is almost 0.0 for me to Africa. Africa is 100% must be the one that solves the problem of Africa, inside Africa, not outside Africa. That's why in the introduction that I had before, I said we need leaders that leads as African leaders for Africa, not African leaders of Africa for non-African. So the problem we have is we have to have it. The international community, I would not really go for them, because I have been, since I was a kid until now, I have been hearing the name international community, and they haven't done nothing to sort the African problem out. They only put fuel in there and sit down there. They send two groups. That group go with the north, that group go with the south, and that will not help Africans, and they will not respect us if they can only hear the name that we're waiting for international community. That means we have to have a sort of help from Africa. They will respect us if they see we have our own problem in our hands, and we are capable to sort the problem out, and we feasibly have idea how to dialogue among us. Some African leaders should come from elsewhere in Africa, and then come to the African problem that has problems in that country. They can sort it out. International community is the last resort. So now I have a question for the separatists. What would they gain for this, killing children? And how long will they be doing this? And what is the reason they're doing this? Why didn't they come out and explain what do they want? If they come clear what do they want, there has to be a solution for this problem. You understand? That's my vision. That's my view.
Of course, you have the right to your opinion. Mr. Sylvestre, joining us from France. Welcome to the Pan-African Debate.